This week on The Gadget Show, I test 3G mobile phones with the help of a farmer, a penthouse and a pregnant ex-model. Susie investigates the massive format war that's dividing the gadget world. Tom Dunmore tries out some rather impressive keyboards, and we show you how you can remotely access your home PC, even if you're the other side of the world. But first, Jason.
Last year on The Gadget Show, I became a record producer from my bedroom. Take it up, take it up. I proved for just a few quid you could create high-quality music using just a home PC, a keyboard and readily available software, and release it to your public on the internet. But sadly, not everyone thought it was brilliant. Hi everyone!
Gonna take you higher.
Unsurprisingly, I didn't manage to catapult myself into a glittering music career. I failed to become the new Milo or even an Arctic monkey. But I did prove it was possible. This series, I'm going to crank it up a notch. Now, with my modest camcorder, my computer and a broadband connection, I'm going to show you how cheap and easy it is to become a TV producer from the comfort of your own bedroom. And it's broadband that's the catalyst for an explosion of video content on the internet, and something of a revolution in broadcasting. Sky subscribers can already access Sky Movies and Sky Sports online, and soon the BBC will be offering their entire weekly schedule for download. BT plan to start their own IPTV channel in the summer, and major movie studios such as Sony and Universal are preparing to release recent blockbusters online. And the web-savvy among you will already know that you can download American TV shows and full-length music videos using software such as iTunes, the new Google Video, and file-sharing programs like BitTorrent. Original, internet-only viral video is also growing as producers realise they don't need network TV to reach an audience of millions.
Out here in Tinseltown, some things never change.
Peter and James Serafinovich produced the spoof O News, which is available on Google Video. Already professional broadcasters in their own right,
I think it's ludicrous.
they've chosen the internet to reach a wider audience at a fraction of the cost.
This is much ado about nothingness.
But perhaps the most important thing to realise is that this video revolution is for everyone, not just the professionals. The Star Wars tribute film, Revelations, made by fans for fans, became an internet phenomenon in 2005. It demonstrates just how far amateur filmmaking has progressed. Made for £11,000 and available for free over the internet, it's been downloaded over 3 million times.
Set your course for Coruscant.
Director Shane Felix thinks the web has brought about a dawning of a new age. A rebellion that won't be crushed. He recently said, now it's a very exciting time for independent film, or even your average Joe, to have a dream or vision to make a film. They can do it in their own home. And he's right, all of us really can do it now. And the major online media distributors, such as Apple, iTunes and Google, have introduced video services to their sites, meaning the circuit is now complete. All the way from video production through distribution to personal video players. And it's an open door for budget filmmaking. Take this rather bizarre show being produced by a couple of students looking to break into TV. Conrad Slater and David Cavey video podcast their Spainful Films comedy once a week from Conrad's home in Bournemouth. What does it take to put together one of your vidcasts?
A little camera like this.
That's the new HD, isn't it? from Fisher Price.
Yeah, it's good. No, this is the real camera.
Okay.
And we've got another one as well, an XL. But it's all consumer stuff, though. It's all, stuff that... This is part of the DV revolution when video cameras, anyone can have them. So this is a new part of it when the people, citizen media, now take over distribution.
No!
We are currently the only character comedy doing vidcasts in the UK. And so it is a new medium and a new route to go down, and hopefully bypass certain other aspects of getting into television.
Judge for yourself if you enjoyed that video
It's free and it can be watched by anyone at any time. So, I mean, that's you know, it's not scheduled at 8 o'clock on Channel 5 or whatever, so anyone can be seeing it.
With the second season coming up, hopefully we'll build a larger audience, and then...
Sky's the limit.
Yeah.
So, with video podcasting, you can just go out there and make the shows you want. And maybe fame and fortune will follow. Join me later when I'll be shooting, editing and broadcasting my very own internet TV show, made mostly in my bedroom.
Next up, another of our neat little guides aimed at helping you get the most out of your gadgets. This week, how to remotely access your PC. Everyone loves their home PC, but the trouble is, it's always at home. Wouldn't it be great if you could remotely access all the info on it when you're out and about? Well, now you can. Remote access is easy these days with broadband internet. There are lots of programs out there to help you set up a remote connection to your home PC, but many of them will cost you a fair bit. There are some, however, that give basic access for free, and LogMeIn is one such program. On the computer that you want to access, say your home PC, go to logmein.com and choose the free version. Create an account and download the software. A more professional version, which also gives you features like remote printing, is available by upgrading to LogMeIn Pro. Install the LogMeIn software on your PC and give that PC a name for easy access. The next step is to leave it powered on and connected to your broadband so that you can access it from wherever you like. Then, when you're out and about, log in to the LogMeIn website. When you click on your home PC's name, you'll also need to enter your Windows password, which, on top of LogMeIn's 128-bit data encryption, makes for a very secure system. And then, you'll see your home desktop in the display. You can view and access your data as though you were actually there. And when you've finished, just close your internet browser to log out. If you want to look at your pictures, change the colour quality from the default setting of low to high. Then you'll be able to see the colours properly. There are other benefits of remote access. We've all had that problem, a bug on our computer that we just can't fix. But what if the expert techie friend of yours is out of town? MSN Messenger has the answer. It provides a handy little feature that will allow your buddy to play around on your computer even if you're miles apart. In Actions, invite them to remotely assist you, and when they accept, they'll see a mini version of your screen. They can then take control of your PC and help you solve your problems. So now you can fix your PC in a jiffy, and if you forget your important documents, you won't have to rush home to get them.
Right now in a gadget world, there's a big fight going on. Sides were taken months ago, and despite exhaustive negotiations, no compromises have been made, no peaceful outcome achieved. It's a multi-billion-dollar mess, and some of the world's biggest technology companies could end up with blood on their carpets. And it's all because of these two discs, HD DVD and Blu-ray.
These are the two new DVD formats that can be used to record high-definition films. Each one has an impressive list of backers, from big movie studios to top tech companies. They'll both launch this year. Ultimately, there'll be only one winner. Welcome to the high-def format war. Format wars are nothing new to the gadget world. 30 years ago, millions were spent on the Betamax versus VHS showdown, which after a 10-year battle was won by the poorer quality but cheaper VHS.
Most people thought that after the Betamax VHS face-off, the gadget world would avoid another format war like the plague. But they were wrong. The Blu-ray versus HD DVD title bout is well and truly on. So, as with any big fight, let's start by looking at the form.
HD DVD has the big advantage of a familiar name and a known pedigree. It really is just an updated version of DVD that has the capacity to handle high-def pictures. So, consumers already comfortable with DVD will feel at home with it. HD DVD was developed by Toshiba and has the backing of all these big names. A big plus is that machines will also play your standard DVDs. A single-layer disc can hold 15 gigabytes of data. This format's big selling point is that it's cheap to produce. After all, it's just a matter of some small alterations to existing DVD production lines. Blu-ray may look very similar, but this is an all-new technology. It was developed by Sony, and its gang of supporters include this lot. You may notice a lot of film companies in this list, and that's because apparently Blu-ray has much better copy protection capabilities than its rival. Being all new, it's likely to be more expensive than HD DVD on launch, but it does have greater capacity. A single-layer disc can hold 25 gigabytes, 40% more than HD DVD. Negotiations to join forces and launch one hybrid format failed last summer. Since then, there's been daily attacks, and the rush to publish new propaganda is endless. It's easy to understand why control of this sector is such a prize. At present, the worldwide DVD market is worth tens of billions of pounds every year. So, why can't we just record high-def video onto the DVDs we use now?
Well, because high-definition pictures are so much more detailed than standard-definition pictures, they take up a lot more storage space. A standard DVD can only record about half an hour of high-def footage, and for movies, that's just not good enough. To record the trilogy of The Lord of the Rings, you'd need 20 DVDs. So, how do Blu-ray and HD DVD cram up to 5 times as much information as a standard DVD onto the same size disc? Well, it's all in the colour of the laser.
The digital information on a standard DVD is stored on a series of bumps and pits that run in one continuous trench around the disc. A player currently reads the information using a laser from the red part of the spectrum. The new HD formats use a blue-violet laser, which has a much shorter wavelength, so it can be focused more precisely, meaning the trench containing the data can be narrower and the disc can hold up to 5 times more.
Incidentally, on a Blu-ray disc, the protective coating that covers the disc is 5 times thinner than that on an HD DVD. And that means that the blue laser can focus even more precisely. And that's why a Blu-ray disc can hold 40% more information than the competition.
This war is techie, complex and close. To help you work out where to put your money, you need advice from the experts.
Pornography, anyone?
A massive chunk of the massive DVD market at present is porn, and that means that the porn makers will have a big say in which new high-definition format wins out. So, what do they think?
I think it gives us the benefit of adding a lot more value to the consumer. You know, the DVD market is in a very competitive place at the moment, especially in terms of adult with the online market. So if we want to continue to grow our DVD market, we have to give added value to the consumer to make them buy that DVD. And I think the Blu-ray technology gives us the ability to add so much more than just the core program. And I think that's what we'll be looking to do.
Other adult companies we spoke to love the idea of jamming in up to 10 movies on one Blu-ray disc. But, like Playboy, most are launching films in both formats to hedge their bets. This is likely to prolong the fight, and there's a chance it might ultimately destroy both HD DVD and Blu-ray.
You see, there's a third high-def format to consider, one that has stayed out of the fight. But here on the Gadget Show, we reckon it's the one that'll end up winning the day. The hard drive.
Hard drive recorders are already proving hugely popular as a means of recording off TV. Sky's new high-def service can only be received via a decoder box containing a hard drive recorder. And with the growing prevalence of media centre PCs, we could soon be watching most of our TV via computers using the hard drive to record the stuff we want to keep.
You know, I think that the download market is unstoppable now. I think, you know, if the consumer demand is there, there'll be compression software, bandwidth will increase, Give it another year, give it another 18 months, and I don't see there's any reason why HD movies won't be able to be downloaded.
Removable hard drives are constantly growing in capacity while shrinking in size. This little thing can hold 40 gigabytes of data. It's not ridiculous to think of your local video shop shelves being lined with these, is it?
Now, as promised, it's time for our regular look at some of the newest and coolest gadget stuff around. This week, the humble keyboard. Here's Tom Dunmore with the critical list.
Logitech make a wide range of keyboards, but my favourite is the slim and stylish De Novo. This is designed to work with a Media Center PC. And as well as the main unit, you get a wireless mouse and this media pad. All of them connect to the computer wirelessly via Bluetooth, and you get this Bluetooth dongle included too. Both the keyboard and the media pad feature these playback buttons, so you can stop, start, fast forward or rewind whatever you're listening to. The media pad has enhanced remote functions too, thanks to this LCD, which displays the name of the song that's currently playing or even any emails that have just come in. The Z board is designed by gamers for gamers, and it's stuffed full of really useful features, like these 2 USB ports, which unlike most keyboards are powered. And that means you can use things like wireless games controllers or memory sticks for game saves. But what really sets the Z board apart from the competition is the ability to use interchangeable key sets. That means you can take this keyboard off and put a new one on that's designed specifically for the game you're playing. They're automatically recognised, so you don't need to install any software, and they're available for a wide range of games. In my case, I've got Battlefield 2, and as you can see, the controls are really clearly laid out. It's ideal whether you're a pro gamer, or like me, just can never remember where the fire button is. The Healer Duraflex is the most indestructible keyboard I've ever come across. It's totally encased in silicone, which means if you spill wine over it, you can just run it under the tap to clean it. We even drove over it earlier, and amazingly, it's still working. It feels pretty good to type on as well, although it lacks the responsiveness of a normal keyboard, so I wouldn't necessarily want to write a whole novel on it. Nonetheless, if you're after something that's really robust, it's definitely worth checking out. In terms of sheer wow factor, nothing can touch the iTech Virtual Keyboard. This, I think, must have been built using alien technology. It really is an incredible device. Now, I'm going to have to just shut the blinds to show you this. As you can see, it projects a full QWERTY keyboard onto your desktop, and then you can type away. It monitors where your fingers land on the desktop, and then sends the letters that you type wirelessly to the computer. Although it's not ideal for long typing sessions, the battery only lasts for 2 hours, it's perfect for mobile computing. And in terms of sheer sexiness, it's untouchable.
Now, back to my quest to become a bedroom TV producer. I'm using just my camcorder, my laptop and a broadband connection to produce my very own video. I'll then publish it to the web and become part of the internet TV gold rush. I'm ready to shoot my masterpiece. It's just me, my camera and the great British public. Here are the Gadget Show's 5 basic rules you should stick to when you make your movie. Keep the cast and schedule small. Making a feature film involves thousands of people over a period of years. Even the Gadget Show requires around 50 people to make each episode. You need only a handful. Don't overcomplicate with too many locations and flashy visual effects. You don't want to spend a week shooting it and a month editing it. I've got big glasses, I'm a singer-songwriter, I'm Elton...
Jane.
Jim.
No idea who she is.
Ensure that you have something to say, but also something to show. Remember that it's a visual medium and that dull video podcasts really ought just to be audio podcasts.
Microsoft Chairman Bill Gates first told the world about plans for an ultra-portable...
Boring.
...in April 2005.
Give me a word that you think describes me.
FA Cup.
Yeah, cheers, thanks very much. Yeah. You must own the entire copyright for content such as music and stills, and you must get written permission to feature any member of the public, otherwise iTunes and Google Video will not list your film. Also, abide by laws such as libel, defamation and obscenity, or you could end up in court. Around 2 to 3 mins is ideal, otherwise it will take hours to download and days to encode. It's important that your work is worthy of a mass audience. If it's home video you're after, keep it for the family or your blog, or risk a critical panning.
Gonna take you higher.
Yeah, anyway, here it is, my finished video. Well, a little taster of it. I call it my topsy-turvy survey. What I did was go out and ask anyone who'd talked to me a series of questions and then mixed up the questions and answers to hilarious comedy effect.
What is it? Schlazinger.
What's the weirdest thing you've ever eaten?
My dad.
Life partner.
Mop.
Carpet.
Oh. Nice. That was pretty easy to put together, all in all. I used a Firewire cable between my video camera and my computer, and Apple's iMovie to edit it, which comes free with all new Macs. But equally, I could have used Windows Movie Maker or Avid Free DV, both of which are free to download for Windows users. I was in Terminator. I am Arnold
Schwarzenegger.
Say again?
Arnold Schwarzenegger.
I'm quite pleased with my movie. It's short and to the point, but right now, it's just a file on my computer. Soon, I'll be showing you the crucial and final step in taking your production off your computer and out onto the internet, ready to broadcast to the world.
Just in case you don't know, this is a Motorola V3 Razr. With its sleek styling, near credit card slimness and back-to-basics mentality, it's been the most fashionable mobile to be seen with for the past year or so. Now there's a new Razr, the V3X. It's got a touchy-feely black rubber finish, a new 2-megapixel camera, and built-in support for Bluetooth stereo audio. But that's not all. The big thing that's new about it is that it's 3G. Just to refresh your memory, 3G is a version of the existing mobile phone networks, but with much higher bandwidth. In theory, a kind of broadband internet on your phone. The original V3 took the conventional mobile world by storm. So, with such a strong pedigree behind it, could the V3X do the same in the 3G world? To find out, we're testing it against 3 other new 3G phones. Each of them has an outstanding feature that could put the Razr in its place. Now, one of the main reasons for having 3G is that it should give you something approaching broadband internet access on your mobile. And one of the leading exponents of this is Samsung's new 3G phone, the Z320i. Its big new feature is iMode, a concept pioneered in Japan and heavily marketed over here by O2. It's supposed to be a great new way of using your phone's web browsing capabilities. So, to test it out, I've come here to the tallest residential building in the UK, outside London. It's the 400-foot-high Beetham Tower in central Birmingham that houses the Radisson SAS Hotel and 20 floors of flats. Of course, we checked into the £700 a night presidential suite, the perfect place to get an uninterrupted 3G signal to test each phone's browsing prowess. First, we'll see how the Samsung's iMode works. Rather than fiddling about entering web addresses, there's an easy menu system where you can select from content that's optimised for a phone browser. The categories range from weather and sports news through a whole host of lifestyle magazines to banking and betting. Some of it's free, like eBay, the lottery and Sky News, but on other sites you have to pay monthly subscriptions. Overall, though, it's a slick and efficient service. So, how does the Motorola Razr compare? Well, without the iMode, it's a more traditional mobile browsing experience. That's to say, a bit awkward and clumsy, with lots of searching for what you want. To its credit, though, after a bit of looking, I did find everything I wanted, and the new Razr was reasonably quick and easy to control. It was good, but the eye mode was better. For our next test, we're pitting the new Razr against Nokia's new N90. It's a sort of twisty-turny Rolls-Royce of camera phones. It may only have a 2-megapixel camera, but as we often say on this show, pixels aren't everything. And it does have autofocus and flash. So how will it compare with the Razr's new camera? Here's the Gadget Show's radiant production coordinator, Charlotte. She was once a model, now she's 8 months pregnant. We've lit her with professional lighting. Let's see which phone's camera captures her healthy motherly glow the best. The Nokia's autofocus works well, and there are quite a few settings to play with.
Fluorescent.
Also, the quality of the pictures seems excellent on the screen.
Not bad, is it?
First impressions of the Razr's pictures, though, are less than excellent. Trying to focus the thing in this situation is a nightmare. It only has 2 settings. And annoyingly, both phones suffer from a massive dose of shutter lag. Now, we've printed out the best pictures we took with each phone. And here's Charlotte in various sizes. Standard sort of postcard type print, A4 and Super A3. The small-sized prints are the best for both phones' pictures, though the quality of the Nokia is far superior to the V3. As you move up in size, the inadequacies loom larger. The Motorola print is undoubtedly soft, although it does have a real-life quality, lacking in the hard lines of the N90 print. By the time you get to A3, though, both images really show their origins. The Motorola shots take on a sort of posterized effect, and the Nokia looks unacceptably grainy. Even in the smallest size, both phones produce prints that aren't as good as a decent digital camera. But whereas the Motorola's look like they came from a camera phone, the Nokia's are in a different league. And since a phone is something you've always got with you, it could be very useful for capturing moments that would otherwise go unrecorded. The competitor in this test has to be LG's U890. This phone is just 18mm thick and weighs just 99 grams. The V3X comes in at 20mm thick, half as much again as the sleek original V3, and at 125 grams it weighs nearly 30 grams more. So the LG's just that little bit smaller, but it's no good being tiny if it's difficult to use. Here to help us test the ease of use is the series producer's father-in-law, David. He's a farmer, and he has really large hands. It's a simple real-life test to see which phone he finds easiest to handle. With a little instruction from me, we asked David to send a text, change memory cards, and take some photos with each phone. After some well-thought-out tactics to minimise the effects of those frankly massive hands,
I am using my nail to do it because I have this trouble. I didn't attempt to do it with my finger because if you look,
you would
I'm going to go virtually over two on the keyboard twice. But I still feel I'm happier with a more positive nail approach.
David had made up his mind.
This was the easier keypad in as much as, yes, certainly if I was going to want to, if you would say, right, you've not got to use your nail, you've got to use your finger, then it's got to be that one.
So the V3 is the preferred choice for farmers with very large hands. And if he can use it, those of us with smaller digits should have no problem. Overall, the new V3X Razr has done a fairly good all-round job, but it hasn't excelled in any of our tests. And I can't help feeling they've ruined the thing that got the original noticed in the first place, the gorgeous styling. With its lardier looks, the V3X doesn't justify the Razr name at all.
Now let's return to my mission to become an internet TV producer from my bedroom, with just a camcorder, a laptop and a broadband connection. I've shot and edited my video, and all that remains now in my odyssey into web TV stardom is for me to publish my video on the internet. So how do you go about getting your work onto the iPods of your audience? Well, if you really know your stuff, you can do it yourself. It's a bit complex, but you'll find clear instructions on the Gadget Show website at 5.tv/Gadget Show. The simplest route, and the one we'd suggest for those of you without a degree in IT, is to use a podcast host, such as Podcast FM, like we did. For as little as £5 per month, they provide technical services such as hosting, technical support, and download tracking to check who's been watching. They also provide RSS feeds. An RSS, or really simple syndication feed, is important because it will mean that once someone has found your work, anything else you do will be automatically fed to them. In general, video podcasts come in MP4 format, which is much like MP3, but one better. To export your video as MPEG-4, you may need an encoding program. There are some available for free on the internet, but we'd recommend that you buy QuickTime Pro. Remember to keep the file size low, because it really does take an age to encode. To get the biggest possible audience for your work, you need to make it available on iTunes and Google Video. Simply go to those sites and follow the on-screen instructions for submitting material. This basically consists of entering the URL of your podcast, and your show should be there for the world to see within hours. OK, so I've finished off my film, given it a nice little title, and I've uploaded it to both iTunes and Google Video. Now, you need to register with both of those services, but not if you just want to download other people's stuff. No registration required if that's what you're after. I can search for my vidcast almost immediately, and then just one click will allow me to download it to my handheld device. What's the weirdest thing you've ever eaten?
My dad. Life partner.
Mop.
Carpet.
Oh. Nice. But of course, the most important thing is to make your film worth watching. And to be honest, I'm pretty confident I've achieved that. All I've got to do now is sit back and wait for Hollywood to come calling.